What's up, everybody? It is your weekly AI tech news. We are going over the latest, greatest, and craziest of news that has been happening this week in the AI and tech space. For those of y'all that don't know who we are, my name is Cyrus Harbin. I'm the founder of Tech is the New Black, the number one largest tech career podcast in the world. And I am joined here with my lovely, lovely host, Miss Ash. I call her Ash AI. I call her that, the queen of AI herself. And y'all, today we got a lot of amazing news to go over, as well as an amazing upcoming event. For those of y'all that missed out on our last event, the Grown and Techie event that took place in Atlanta, Georgia, tickets sold out. Unfortunately, we had to turn away over 100 people. Our next event is coming up in literally just 2 weeks. And so tickets are already halfway gone, So make sure that you click the link in the description below so you can get access to the event, because every time we do an event, we try to tell people ahead of time to get the tickets. And then people always want to wait. And then they try to ask, hey, Cyrus, is there something you could do? There's nothing I can do, because it's a team effort. And the team has it to where once tickets are gone, we don't allow tickets at the door, because none of that stuff is going on. But make sure y'all tap in, because this upcoming event, you are going to walk away knowing how to, like, literally everyone who attends the event literally is going to know how to be making thousands of dollars per week passively with AI. So AI is going to do the work for you. And this isn't some complicated, complex thing. We've all been seeing people talk about how AI can make you money, and usually it's very complicated. This is actually a very simple thing to be able to do, to where literally AI is going to be making money for you, literally on the low end, hundreds of dollars a week. But many people are already doing about $5K a week from this. So they're doing between $2,000 to $5,000 a week from this. And so it's something I literally just started doing as well. So again, I'm doing it, I'm testing it out, all of that. So that way at the event, I will be able to give you all a full breakdown as to how it goes, as to how you can be making money from it. So it's really phenomenal thing to wake up and see extra thousands of dollars in your account every day, because AI is doing some work for you on the back end. And so, yeah, make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all come to the event, because it's going to be a major opportunity. For those of y'all that don't attend the event, you'll still find out about it. Unfortunately, you're not going to find out about it until about a month later. So make sure you tap in with the event. Click the link down below and go ahead and get your tickets to the Grown and Techie event. You're going to be learning a lot. It's going to be a lot of tech influencers, tech recruiters, hiring managers. It's going to be dope. It's going to be fire. It's going to be beautiful. That being said, go ahead and let Ash introduce herself, and then we're going to jump straight into the tech news today, talking about crazy news with Apple, with ChatGPT, with the war that's going on between us and China, the new AI war that's popped up. So much news we're about to cover. That being said, two things. One, I want to know from y'all in the chat, where are you tuning in from? What's the craziest piece of tech news that you've heard about recently? And maybe it might be something we'll cover. And while you're doing that, I'm going to allow the queen of AI, Ash, introduce herself and tell y'all who she is and the benefit that y'all have of being able to hear from a powerhouse like her.
Yeah, appreciate it. Welcome in, guys, on this beautiful Saturday. As you guys know, my name is Ash. I'm an AI solutions specialist. That's what I do best. And also the founder of a wearable technology startup. So if you guys are interested or have any questions about transitioning into tech, you guys are in the right place. As you already know, Cyrus has helped thousands of people transition. And what I do best is personalized career transitions. So if you guys are interested in a one-to-one combo, we can definitely tap in with that. But glad to be here. We definitely have some mind-blowing news to talk about.
It's going to be super huge, super major. Ash, I can't wait to have a follow up with you at least by tomorrow, because some of the updates are going to make your head explode. Like when I got this when I started allowing AI to make me money, and when I realized the implications of it, and I realized like how this is going to impact our community and allow people, whether they're in tech or not, to start making significantly more money passively. I'm not going to lie to you. The entire day, my heart it felt like I had anxiety, because my heart would not stop, like just pumping really hard. But it wasn't anxiety. Like, I had never in my life felt so much excitement. It felt like chronic anxiety, where my body was just kind of like shaking and pulsing with excitement the entire day. And this is huge. This is huge, and I can't wait for people to learn about it. We don't see nobody in the chat. Where y'all at in the chat? Y'all usually loud and vocal. Want to see y'all in the chat. Want to see where you tuning in from. See what you do in tech or what you want to do in tech, but also the craziest piece of AI news that you've heard about. We also are live on Instagram. First time Instagram is tuning in to the Tech AI News, weekly news. That being said, let's go ahead and jump into it because we got some news to cover and we don't have a lot of time. So I'm going to go ahead and kick things off. So we already knew this was coming. I made a post about this roughly 2 years ago, and it caused a lot of drama on my page. People thought I was just talking. So, and excuse me, for those of y'all that are on Instagram, y'all are interested in getting tickets to the tech event and attending, comment tech event. That's all you got to comment. What's up? Somebody said they listening from Nigeria. What's up? What's up? Anyway, y'all, so I said this was going to happen a couple years ago. The post I put up, a lot of people came and attacked me for it. They said, "Oh, you're fear mongering. Oh, you're just trying to make people feel like they got to do something, whatever." And now it's here now. The legal industry is being urged to embrace AI. At the recent Legal Week conference, experts emphasized the necessity for lawyers to adopt AI technologies to enhance efficiency in tasks like contract drafting and legal research. Startups such as Legora are offering AI solutions that streamline traditional legal processes. Despite the benefits, many legal professionals remain hesitant, clinging to conventional methods and paper-based workflows. Speakers highlighted that tech-savvy younger lawyers are gravitating towards firms that integrate new technologies, suggesting a competitive edge for early adopters. Question I have for y'all: should the legal profession fully integrate AI, or is there value in maintaining traditional practices? Want to know from y'all, how do y'all feel about this? Lawyers leveraging AI when it comes to virtually, because as we know, if they is one of those things where they're going to open Pandora's box. And I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But first, I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear what y'all think about this and how y'all feel about this. I'm not gonna lie, this is the first time I've ever not seen the chat going crazy. Usually the chat goes crazy, and I'm trying to figure out maybe something's wrong in the settings or what. But anyway, Ash, we'll go ahead and kick it off with you, and then I'll look at some of the comments from Instagram, because the Instagram, there's a few comments popping up in Instagram. So Ash, what are your thoughts on this news?
Yeah, my bad, was muted a little bit. But this is the perfect news to start off with, because we're seeing firsthand how every industry is changing. So not only are software engineers being replaced, doctors, and now lawyers. And so with the question, should we 100% replace lawyers or the process with artificial intelligence, especially when it comes down to aggregating massive amounts of data and information? I would say the best approach is going to be human oversight. So that means probably taking an 80-20% approach to this. So that means 80% of the work is going to be done by AI, but then humans are going to manage the other 20%, because we can't rely 100% yet on AI to make these decisions that are going to be life-changing for people. But I'm interested to see what you guys are thinking down below. So definitely comment on this. We got some trickling in. So Donnell. Yeah. He's right on it. Balance of both. Absolutely. Agree. Sean says they can't truly yet for certain organizations because of data privacy. Facts. We got to make sure it's, legal as well. And Bruce Lee, welcome in, Bruce. He says, peace to the oracles and architects. Yeah. Facts.
Hey, appreciate that. Yeah, true. So Sean, I love your point when you say they can't truly yet for certain organizations because of data privacy. Yeah, simply put, the solution to that is them just making sure that whatever AI law technology they're using. So we got to keep in mind, companies that have AI technology where it's specifically being sold to law firms, attorneys, legal, they are going to make sure that those things are built into it, that there's data privacy protection, because they understand that field. They understand that space. For example, when I worked, every tech company that I've worked at, depending on the solution we were selling, there was always laws and rules around certain things. For example, first tech company I worked at, Dialpad, very similar to StreamYard, not in the sense that they're a streaming platform, but they do have a virtual meeting like this. They have a virtual meeting that can happen. That being said, with Dialpad also had what's called a dialer, like the name Dialpad, where they were technically a virtual call center. And actually, Dialpad is an AI virtual call center, but that's a whole other thing. That being said, there are certain laws that we had to have in place that legally that I learned that we couldn't do. So whenever we were pitching our dialer solution to certain companies, they would say, hey, legally, we can't do this. And we would say, oh, yeah, we already know that. We already have a workaround for that, or we already have that built into the system. So, for example, legally, a business, legally in certain states, you can't record a call without informing the person that the call is being recorded. I mean, we've all heard it before where somebody will call you, some business, and it'll say like, this call is being recorded, or this call is being monitored, whatever. That's because in certain states, it's legally required. So with our dialer, our technology, we had a feature that allowed the customer to turn it on depending on what state or region they stayed in, where it would allow it to either announce to the person they were being recorded, or if they were in a state where that law didn't matter, they could toggle that feature off. I could give 1,000 other examples, but simply put, again, great point. But I'm more than confident there's a workaround, especially because we're talking about these are legal AI companies. Like they're literally their technology is built. Their customer base are lawyers and attorneys, so they understand the pain point, the issues. They understand the workarounds when it comes to that. At least I'm assuming. My real thoughts on this, as I was saying earlier, this is about to open Pandora's box, because I know why one of the reasons I assume that the older, more traditional lawyers don't want to use AI, because who in the world wouldn't want to use something that's going to make their job easier? One of the reasons they don't want to use AI, outside of them just kind of being used to the way things are, is because many of them understand deep down, once they start using AI, the lines are going to get very blurred between when AI can replace them from doing their job. I promise y'all, today, AI can outperform the best lawyer. I don't care what lawyer it is on everything. If anybody here in the chat, if you took Copilot or ChatGPT or any of these, if you took them, you could go up against any lawyer next week. It could be a case they've been working on for 3, 4, 5 months preparing for. You could spend one day with ChatGPT going over the case, and it'll give you all of the arguments and all of the counter arguments against the lawyer. And then even when you're there in the courtroom, you could have it listening to the arguments and the statements that the witness is making, or the defense attorney or prosecutor, whatever statements they're making. It can listen and it could immediately give counter arguments, and you could use those counter arguments and you could win the case. The thing is, it can already do that now. But the only thing that's keeping it back is because they are gatekeeping. The attorneys are doing everything they can to keep AI from coming into their space, because they realize their only real intrinsic value is that they have knowledge of the law and they have knowledge of a case, and they argue the law in the case. In reality, in my belief, I believe it's disgusting that any lawyers, in all due respect to anyone that works in legal, this is just and I usually don't get this visceral with my opinion on things, but I personally feel it is incredibly disgusting for lawyers and attorneys to want to keep AI from coming in their space. And the reason why I say that is because we all know that the criminal system is broken. It is broken. How many people are in prison today because they had a lawyer that wasn't good at their job, or because there was something weird going on behind the scenes? Everyone knows this. And everyone's just kind of like, hey, that's just the way things are. It's the fact that someone goes to prison, or the fact that some criminal gets off, is based on who's better at arguing. In 2025, that's actually a barbaric, primitive thing. It's literally, hey, someone lost their life, or someone was unalived, or someone was great. Something horrendous happened, and now we're gonna have two people who have no relation to the situation at all. Two people who are just really good at arguing. They're gonna argue in front of us, and whoever's the better arguer is the one we're gonna go with. That's actually barbaric. That's like some medieval times type of stuff. And so the legal industry has been needing an overhaul for a significantly long time. So that's why I personally feel it's disgusting that lawyers would try to keep this back. And again, I get they don't want to lose their jobs, they don't want to lose their careers, but it's one of those things where it's like they know what they do. That's why a defense attorney and a prosecutor will be friends. They'll go out for lunch after they just argued and after one person got put away for 20 years and both of them know that that person was wrongfully convicted. They'll just go to lunch after, like it's cool. And so anyway, clearly I feel a way about this. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of woosah, calm down. But let's see what else y'all saying here in the chat. Woo TV, one of the VIP members popped into the chat. What's up, Woo? The judge and the lawyers all chilling at golf. Exactly. That's crazy. That's crazy work. Sean J said this is facts. The amount of case law an agent can cross-reference in seconds is unmatched. Exactly. Junior goes on. Attorneys can probably be replaced, but not judges. Yeah. Probably not judges. Human judgment is invaluable in many cases. Yeah, no, great point, Junior. Great point for correcting me, adding that additional piece. That's a great point to be noted. Let's see what y'all talking about in the Instagram chat. Uh-oh, we got some people that disagree. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Dimitri says integrating AI into the legal landscape is a slippery slope. It seems inevitable in the long run, but I feel it shouldn't be a full turnaround. There should be a human reviewer. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, great point. King Richards Days says, I disagree. I would never in my life want to depend on AI to defend me in court. I can see the government aligning the defense for their own gain in the end. The government aligning the defense for their own gain in the end. So the government wouldn't have oversight over the AI. That's the beauty of it, that there is no government that would have oversight when it comes to the technology. So if your thought is that the government could like manipulate the AI, then it's like, well, the government is already manipulating attorneys and lawyers and whatnot. So, but again, I'm not saying you're wrong and I'm right. I'm just, arguing against your point. All right. So real quick, I'm going to kind of pause really quickly. I see a few people in the chat asking how to get in tech, asking like what certification is good to get in certain spaces. So listen, y'all, for everyone who is interested in getting in the tech industry, you want the best direction for yourself, we have a tech career quiz. For those of y'all on Instagram, all you need to do is comment tech quiz and you'll get the quiz in your DMs. It'll direct you to the perfect role for you with job placement assistance as well. So there's job placement assistance with recruiters, hiring leaders that we have on the back end that are assisting people that are doing the programs that we recommend. For those of y'all on YouTube and LinkedIn, all y'all have to do is like go to the description down below and you'll see the link that's there it should be a link either for the tech quiz or it'll be the link for the job placement assistance. Either way, click on that and it'll give you different options of what you can go to. If you're looking for a job board as to which companies are hiring and you want job placement assistance into those, tap in with us. That's one of the services that we provide. And so tap in when it comes to that. But anyway, let's get back to it. I'm going to read a couple more comments and I'm going to pass it over to Ash for the next piece of news. So King Richard Day says the system is corrupt and most people have to do deep research of who runs the system and what's their agenda. I won't get into history or race, but it's not in favor of minorities and a lot of groups. Yeah, it's not in favor of minorities. It's also not in favor of people that are in poverty. Because I'm gonna be real, like I've been arrested a lot of times, which isn't something good. I've been arrested a lot. By the grace of God, I haven't been arrested in like the last 5 years, but in my 20s, I was arrested probably good 12, 13, 14 times. There was 1 week I got arrested 3 times in the same week. Like I literally got arrested, got bailed out. The next day got arrested again, got bailed out. In 2 days got arrested again. What's crazy is the first time I got arrested, I didn't really care. I was indifferent. The second time, I was actually laughing. I was cackling, laughing. The officers didn't know why I was laughing. I said, yo, I literally just got bonded out yesterday. I thought it was the funniest thing. The third time, I was about to cry. I was like, why is this happening again? But that being said, I've been arrested and I went to jail, never prison. I went to jail in nice areas and I went to jail in poor areas. And the way you're treated when you're poor, even when you're white, they treat you like scum. It's really, you're treated based on your income level. People don't really realize how powerful having money is and having notoriety. Because my last time I was arrested, all the charges were dropped once they saw my social media. Literally, they dropped all my charges when they saw my social media page. And the solicitor apologized to me. They brought me into an office. They tried to see what they could do to kind of like, appease me. It was really crazy. Like the whole system, if they think you have money or they think you have clout, popularity, connections, they treat you entirely different. But even if you're a white man, if you're a white poor man, hey, it ain't looking good for you either. I'm not saying it's worse for them or as bad for them. I don't know that, but it's just not good for them, those people either. If anything, we can collectively train an AI to be unbiased, unlike people, so judges can be replaced. Yeah, judges could be replaced, but I'm gonna be real. I personally still would probably want a human judge, even though judges get paid off. We all know this happens. All right, look, y'all. So we spent a lot of time on this topic. Clearly, a very exciting topic. Y'all are giving some great nuggets. At first, y'all was quiet in the chat. I was like, "Where y'all at?" But y'all back though. Y'all back. Happy to have y'all back. Okay. We got one. All right. Got to read this comment because you dedicated a lot of time to type this out. And so that'd be disrespectful if I don't even acknowledge this. Cassidy says, I feel that it will be efficient to implement AI tech, but always use traditional methods, aka the human eye, to check things over. Though there's human error, we must not forget that humans have been maintaining the intricacies of these things, documentation, drafting, data input, etc., for many years. Being a Christian, I personally I cannot lean fully on the convenience of AI without questioning morale at some extent and how heavily God wants us to rely on AI. Very good point. Very good point. Yeah, good point. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to Ash. I don't have anything to add to that. I agree entirely. Beautiful point. Beautifully stated, Cassidy. Thank you for that comment. Gonna go ahead and pass it over to Ash. Hit us with the next piece of news that you got for us. Oh, she's frozen. We can't hear you.
Okay,
Can
can you
y'all
hear me
hear her?
now? And am I
Okay.
frozen?
Yes. Yeah, we
Okay,
can hear you.
my bad, y'all. So, all right. So, Blue TV says, imagine when they make premeditative AI mind readers. You can even think about committing a crime when they're on that ass. Yeah.
What?
Like, so when the justice system in general, we all know it's biased, it's toxic, it's a little racist a little bit. However, the bottom line, like Cyrus said, it does come down to resources and connections. And so we do know exactly how toxic that system can be. However, AI can make a significant change, not only by in the future being able to one day predict when somebody's going to do a crime, but also being able to eliminate bias in the future. So these are all great points, you guys. And hopefully in the future, we're not going to have to worry about, an AI predicting that somebody's going to actually commit a crime. Those ethical guidelines are definitely, not going to be super positive, but eliminating bias is definitely the best point.
There's a movie based on that, Woo TV. It's called Minority Report.
Minority Report.
Yeah, where people were getting arrested because their AI or the robots. It was some like weird alien thing. It was like kind of weird, but basically it was predicting who was about to commit a crime, and they would arrest the person before committing the crime. It was a crazy movie, but you want to something.
Yeah, crazy indeed. Shout out to you, Sean. Appreciate you. So Thoris says, does anyone think that the federal government and Doge requiring employees to send bullet points outlining what they've been doing every week will be used to replace jobs with AI? Huh. This is a good point because
Ooh, I didn't even think about that, but that's such a because why else would they say, "Hey, you need to give us bullet points of everything you're doing"? They're not doing that because they want people, everybody individually, to prove that they're to prove that they're getting work done. Like they're doing. Clearly, that's not the reason why. Because that's stupid. They're not doing it for that reason. I think you're right. That's crazy. Wow. Mic drop. That was a mic drop. That's a very insightful. I haven't seen anybody even have that theory. That's a really great theory.
agreed. And there does have to be some sort of official oversight with Doge. I remember this was at least in January or February where Elon Musk posted literally on Twitter a report of how he intends on allocating the budget spend for the government in Doge, including, of course, like education, research and development, et cetera. And so people were commenting, that really didn't have expertise in this area. And so it's like, moving forward, is he going to continue with that being oversight, posting it on Twitter? We're going to need some official documentation, like you said, for sure. Like with that. Jennifer C says, at Cyrus, shout out to Cyrus. Shout out to you, Jennifer. I appreciate your transparency regarding firsthand experience with the system, how that hasn't stopped your success regarding tech. That's encouraging. Yes.
And
Yes, it
thank you so
is.
much for that, Jennifer. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Blessings to you. Blessings to you. All right, Ash, hey, hit us with the next piece of news. I'm curious. You got me curious, excited.
All right, you guys. Well, let's get into it. We talked about the law industry, and now we're getting into retail. So, Old Navy is revolutionizing the retail space with AI-powered radar system, okay? So this is essentially an advanced system that is leveraging, of course, artificial intelligence and computer vision across 1,200 US stores. So essentially, this tech is going to enable real-time inventory tracking, also enhanced customer service, and reduced stock shortages. So this means that we can all look forward to streamlining operations and a better shopping experience. So for the business side, this is changing everything because we can look forward to a personalized experience. But also, if you guys are business owners, if you guys are startup founders, this is important as well because this is significantly reducing overhead and cost. So with the inventory management process, we're going to look forward to operational efficiency increases. So this means as a business owner, what you can do is, of course, have increased accuracy, which is going to lead to better stock management. And overall, we're also going to look at ensuring product availability. So that translates customer satisfaction. And so also brand loyalty. So what do you guys think of retail taking over in the AI space? I think it makes a lot of sense to reduce costs in this way. However, we talked about how software engineers are being replaced, doctors, lawyers, and now everyone who works in retail, which has been coming for a really
Yeah.
long time. So I'm gonna pass it over to you, Cyrus. What do you think about integrating AI in retail? Would you perhaps be interested in, implementing AI in this space?
So I'm cheesing ear to ear because y'all know I'm in South America right now. I'm in Medellin, Colombia. I'm cheesing ear to ear. I don't know. This might exist in America. I don't shop a lot. Usually, I don't do too much shopping. It's a plight of being a man. We usually don't shop that much. So y'all might have seen this already, but I saw something for my very first time yesterday and I recorded it and I actually didn't even post it in my story yet. And I was in a store and I don't know if this is AI, but it's technology. Either way, they're probably going to use AI to spruce it up. If this isn't AI, let me know in the chat if anyone has seen this already. Here it is right here. I'm gonna go ahead and play this. So I was in a store, in a Zara in Colombia, and watch this. There's nobody there scanning my stuff. You just
Whoa.
you drop the clothes. Look, it registered the items and the prices. You
What?
could drop all the clothes in there and it immediately scans. Let me play that back again. It immediately scans the items,
Whoa.
and it knows how much they are. And right there, I did tap to pay, and I paid and I left. This was in Zara, in Colombia, a third world country. So look, it was literally 8 registers with no attendance. So listen, y'all, this stuff is happening. It's already happening. I just experienced it. This stuff is happening in South America, where that's those 8 registers. That's essentially probably 4 jobs that got
Wow.
replaced by technology. And so
Whoa.
it's like, keep in mind, and this was upstairs. This was in the men's area. Downstairs, they had the same thing in the women's area. So what does this do for businesses, for retail shops? This heavily increases efficiency. Because how many of us have stood in long lines at retail stores and they have like 1 or 2 attendees behind the counter, and we're like, bruh, they need to staff more people. Sometimes you spend more time in line than you spend actually shopping for the items. And so now they have 8 upstairs, no, 6 upstairs, 6 downstairs. There was zero line, and the mall was packed. But it's because there was no line to get your items, because everybody would just walk up, and as soon as they would drop their clothes in there, it would register all the clothes, the pricing, and they would just go ahead and pay on their machine and walk away. So the efficiency is insane versus one person taking an item, scanning the item, taking a second item, scanning the item, the barcode not working. So it increases efficiency. You said they got Zara in Colombia. Yeah, they had a Balenciaga. They all the stuff. All the teams. And their malls are way better than our malls. Their malls are fire. Like, it's literally 3 malls around me. They have a lot of malls. People shop here a lot. They got a lot of malls, and malls are fire. Super fire. Anyway, yeah, so increases efficiency. But what else does this do? This saves the store so much money. Because let's say on average, again, we're in South America. I don't know how much they're paying the retail workers. I know the average person in Colombia makes roughly about $800 a month, like USD. They make between $600 and $1,000 a month. And so I know that part, but when it comes, I don't know how much they're making in a retail store, but let's say, okay, in America, when they implement this, let's say the average retail person working at a Zara is making $15 an hour. $15 an hour is essentially $30,000 a year. Let's add on insurance and benefits, all the other stuff the company has to worry about. The company is probably paying out close to about $50,000 a year per retail employee. Let's say this saves the company. Let's say there's usually 3 shifts in every day at a retail shop. There's 3 shifts: the morning shift, the afternoon shift, the evening shift. Let's say each shift there's a set of 4 people, just to keep it conservative. That's 12 people. That's $50,000 a year. 12 people. That is essentially $1.2 million a year per store location that they're saving. $1.2 million a year per location. Again, that's being conservative. So this is going to increase efficiency, which once you increase efficiency, you increase the amount of sales that you do. Because sometimes people don't go shopping because they know they're going to have to stand in line for a long time. Or sometimes people stand in line too long and they leave the line. It's so many times I've stood in line. How many of us have done it in chat? Let me know. How many times have you stood in line to buy something? You were standing there so long, it made you look at the things you were going to buy, and you at least put 1 or 2 items back. You're like, I don't really need this. I don't really need that. Versus when you could just go ahead and grab your items and walk up and pay. Sometimes you don't realize until you get home that you don't really need the item, but you're able to buy it so quickly that you didn't have time to register that. So this is going to make retail stores so much more money. So I'm so hyped because clearly Ash was talking about. I actually forgot I recorded this yesterday. I never posted it because I'm always seeing tech stuff that I'm recording. And so you talk about this, I say, y'all gotta show y'all this.
Yeah,
B
that's
Word says the loss
crazy.
of jobs, then who will have the money to buy the products? Hey, that's what we talk about. So that's why, look, there's going to be a loss of jobs, or there is a loss of jobs, but this also creates jobs. This is why we push so hard to either get in the tech industry, or if you're a person that's already in tech, to collaborate with others in tech to create your own tech startup. Or if you're a person that already has a lot of money, you need to start investing in these things yourself. So the question of who's going to have the money is going to be the people that are creating this technology, the people that are executives with this technology, and investors of this technology. And so That's why we got to bust a move. We can't sit on our hands. Also, there's
Mm-hmm.
other stuff we could talk about, like we talked before briefly about why can I not universal basic income, which we don't really have the time to go over it right now. We might do a session in the future just breaking that down. Universal basic income. Sam Altman, Elon Musk have all talked about it, which basically means that most of the world is going to be on government assistance, which AKA everybody's going to be in the ghetto. So it's going to be, they're going to eliminate the middle class. It's going to be poor people and rich people. And so that's why we can't sit on our hands, y'all. Like, that's the purpose of why we do this. It's to sound the alarm. We also do it because this tech stuff is pretty cool too, not gonna lie. Let me, Ash, do you see any comments that stand out to you?
Yeah, well, I just want to shout out a few people that made some comments. Josh, shout out to you. Said I agreed attorneys can be replaced. Absolutely, from our earlier point. And Sean says Tom Cruise. I mean, hey, Cyrus is basically the next Tom Cruise in tech. But I can't lie. I have never seen what you just showed us all, Cyrus. I've never seen anything like that. Like, how is it even done? Like, how do they even scan all of the tags? Or like, I would be interested to see exactly how that works. My mind is
Instantly.
blown.
The fact that it's instantaneous is what's crazy to me. It's like, I did it multiple times, and I was like, so I just showed the video, but keep in mind, I did it before the video happened. And I kept trying to figure out, how is it scanning the items and how is it scanning them so fast? Like, it's really crazy. It's really crazy when you think about it. And it's so efficient. It's really wild. Like, I want to know whoever created this technology. I'm sure they have a patent on it. This is like, this is worth billions of dollars. Because understand, y'all, the person who has this type of technology, they are most likely doing subscription based, where the store has to pay a monthly or annual subscription. This is $1 billion idea. And all it takes when somebody's like, oh, well, it's so hard creating these businesses. All it takes is a person who is, who works in tech. The person who came up with this is somebody who worked in tech. Maybe they're using LiDAR sensors or some type of technology that scans things the same way that certain self-driving cars do. Maybe they're like, yo, I could use that technology to scan code. I'm going to tell you, the way that a lot of these businesses start is that it was someone in tech who was standing in line in a store. They got pissed off having to stand in long lines, and they were looking at the system, and they were like, this seems very inefficient. I think there's a way to solve this issue. And then they created it, and now this is what it is. So really crazy stuff. I'm going to try to find the founder of this. I'm going to try to interview them. Moving forward, y'all, I'm going to start trying to interview CEOs of these types of businesses. Let me know in the chat if y'all would like that. I know I've interviewed a lot of recruiters, a lot of hiring leaders. I'm still going to keep doing that. But at some point, y'all know the blueprint to get in tech. We don't got 1,000 videos on that. We need videos to hear from the CEOs, these startup founders, about how they came up with these ideas, what did they do, all of that. And Tech is New Black, because of y'all support, we are large enough to attract those types of people. We just haven't reached out to those kind of people. So shouts out to y'all support, all of that good stuff. That being said, let's see what else y'all talking about in the chat. Jennifer says, what kind of security do they have in place? Or did you think they use AI as well? Oh, you said I didn't see, Woo TV says I missed it. Show it again. Okay. I will, show it again. Boop, boop, boop. So I was in the store. I was kind of blown away by it. I just finished my workout. Solo tarjeta. Look, drop the clothes. Boom. Immediately registers both of them.
It must be a chip that's in. It must be a chip.
Oh, it might be. That's in the clothes, maybe.
Hanger. In the hanger, probably.
No, probably not in the hanger, because sometimes somebody could take the clothing off. So you know how in stores, in retail stores, how they have that thing that the retail workers usually have to take off? It might be something similar to that. It might be. But that's a good point. They probably have something in the clothes embedded in it, and it's able to register each item individually, probably. That's a great idea as to how they do it. But that's crazy. See, y'all, when tech like this, where we trying to figure out how it works, it's like a magic trick. We're like, what is it doing? Like, we're observing this, the timing of this. And this is 2 items. Imagine if I had 10 items and it registered all of them immediately. That 10 items saves so much time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Man,
so
that's cool.
crazy stuff. Hey, what a time. What a time to be alive. D Wood says,
Indeed.
I saw something like that being implemented at an airport with food. They have cameras to monitor shoppers, and when items are taken off the shelves, the weight is calculated and confirmed with the cameras. Yeah, they do this. So they're using technology and scanning everything, and everything has to re-verify for itself. So we're truly, I mean, y'all know I travel. I'm at the airport on average once a week, sometimes twice a week. And yeah, it's at the point when when you go inside of those stores to get items. I walk inside of stores where I don't even see attendees in the airport. Like I walk in there, I grab my food, I grab my my snacks I'm gonna eat while on the flight, and I don't even see a worker in there. And I'm like, boop, boop, scanning everything, and I'm like, hopefully they don't think I'm a black man trying to rob them because ain't nobody up in here. But I pay and I walk out. And so we're really just a couple years away before the retail stores, the Walmarts, all of these, you're not going to see people anymore. You're just not. And so again, the people have 2 options. They're either going to get a higher paying career, either something in tech or something, or they're going to be living on government assistance. A lot of them already are, even with the job, but now they're going to be living on government assistance without a job. And so this stuff is real, y'all. This is why we started. This is why the name tech is the new black. The term something being the new black, that means this is the thing that everyone should pay attention to. This is the it thing. So that's why the whole purpose I've been shouting this junk for the last 3 years. 3 years ago, folks thought I was crazy. They thought I was like, y'all know in all the sci-fi movies, in the older ones, at least in the 90s, it'd always be like a older white man with like white hair and the hair look crazy. And he's like, great Scott, like everything that person looks crazy. People were telling me I was crazy 3 years ago. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a compilation. I'm going to go back to my post 3 years ago when I was telling people this. I'm going to go to all the comments and I'm going to highlight all of them where people was like, oh, he crazy. It ain't that serious. It ain't that deep. Nobody's really going to use that. We got to stop sleeping on this stuff, y'all. These companies are not spending billions and billions of dollars on an idea that hopefully something will work, that it's going to work. Sean says libraries locally have had this tech for a while. Okay, cool. Super dope. But I haven't seen it applied to merchandise. Yeah, that's what happens. Oftentimes somebody creates some technology and then they expand the market. It's just like Amazon. Amazon started with books and Elon Musk always had the plans to expand the market. So yeah, so great point. Thank you for bringing that up. So I guess I'm just seeing the expansion of this technology with them grabbing more market share in different arenas. The Wood says, do you think majority of people who will be losing these entry-level jobs will be open to learning technology? I mean, by the time they're going to be open to learning it, it might be too late. That's the thing that's scary. Because people, I'm going to be real with y'all. When we help people get in tech, it's 2 types of people that we typically help. We help people who usually make a lot of money already. It's people that make a lot of money. They're very smart and educated, and therefore they're very aware of what's happening. And so those are the people that no questions asked. They're like, yo, I'm going ahead. I'm getting in this industry. Help me out, please. Then there are people who have been waiting for years. They've been watching my content. They might have thought about, they're trying to figure out how they could finesse their way in the industry. And then finally, by the time they're finally ready to get in tech, they're desperate and they need something immediately because they're like, oh my God, I lost my job 3 months ago. I ran out of savings. I knew I should have tried to get in the industry 2-3 years ago, but I was sitting on my hands. Don't be person number 2. Be person number 1. Because in reality, entry-level jobs are about to go away. I've said this before. This doesn't benefit me to say this, y'all. Tech is the new black. We make revenue off of, we direct y'all towards the best boot camps. We give you a discount to the boot camp. And the boot camp gives us an affiliate commission. I'm gonna be real with y'all. We're probably 2 years away from that being gone. the entry-level jobs in tech is probably going to be gone. So it's one of those things where if you're not getting in now and you're not scaling a little bit higher, not like to the top, but you're not scaling, in a couple years, tech is the new black. I'm going to be real with y'all. Our brand in 2 years from now, we're not going to talk about how to get in tech anymore. We're not going to talk about this at all. Literally, our brand is going to be about, we're going to be talking about how to, like, what technology to invest in, what's happening in the tech industry, how to create a tech startup. I'm no longer going to be talking to people trying to get in tech. And I mean that with all love, because at that point, it would be unethical for me to do that because there will be so few opportunities. So that's why there is urgency in getting in the industry right now. Urgency with getting the industry right now. Because the people that aren't in and haven't, like, you know, that are people that are still entry level or that are just getting in a year, 2 years from now, they're going to be at major risk. Unless, you know, you get in a field like cybersecurity, cloud, tech sales, certain roles in QA. Those are industries where you'll be a little bit safer. Yeah, but tap in with us. Tap in with us so we can help you out. Okay, y'all talking a lot on Instagram too. Okay, good stuff. All right, so let's get on to the next piece of tech news. And I actually have to jump after this. Let me bring us a little bit closer. Bring us back close in the spotlight. So much news, so much news. Which one? Oh, I know which one. I know which one. Apple AirPods. This actually wasn't even in my list. I did a video on this. We got to talk about this. All right. So here we go. So listen, y'all. Whoa. Demasiado.
Go ahead. Look at Cyrus. Multilingual. While you get it together, Cyrus, I'm going to shout out some of these comments. So, all right. I'm not sure if we discussed this. K Young says that would be awesome. Agreed. Andrea says, please get these founders in the conversation. Also agreed. TRND says, regarding the retail technology, RFID and cameras, that's exactly how they do it, or scanners. WooTV says, in Colombia, deport me now. Yeah, facts for real. Says, definitely got to reorder the passport. Most definitely. All right, go for it, Cyrus.
All right, so look, y'all. We talking about Tower of Babel stuff right now. So for anybody that's a part of the Abrahamic religions, whether you're Muslim, Christian, or Jewish, you are familiar with the Tower of Babel and how the Bible or the Torah says how different languages came about. Where it says that mankind and our hubris were building up a tower, and we were trying to build a tower to reach God. But really, it was the notion, like, basically God saw that, and it was our arrogance, and it was our thought of we could reach, like, basically, like, we don't need God, we could be as great as God. And so, long story short, the way that the scriptures build it out is that the different languages came about when God scattered everybody's languages, and to where now all around the world we have all these different languages. Then eventually people kind of moved, whatever. Anyway, there is something that's coming with Apple AirPods, like I having and Ash having. So Apple AirPods will soon translate languages in real time. So Apple is working on a major upgrade that will allow your AirPods to translate conversations between languages in real time, turning your earbuds into a pocket translator. Expected to roll out with the iOS 19 later this year. The feature uses the iPhone's processing power to listen, translate, and play the translation directly through your AirPods. For example, if someone speaks to you in Spanish, you will hear the English translation in your ear. And when you respond, your iPhone will speak the Spanish version out loud. Whew. While Google's Pixel Buds have had a version of this since 2017, Google is Samsung Android always ahead of iPhone. But they've had a version of this since 2017. Apple's sleek integration with the iOS ecosystem can make this more mainstream. Hey, y'all, is this the beginning of the breaking of global language barriers? Or will people still prefer human interpreters for important conversations? So look, if you're an interpreter, yo, you about to lose your job. You about to lose your job if you're an interpreter. This is crazy. Y'all know I've been learning Spanish for roughly the past 8 months on and off. And 35 semanas aprende español. And I still don't have it fully down. Sometimes people speak super fast, and I'm like, yo, lento, suave. Like, I need to slow it down. That being said, this technology is going to bring people together. This is beautiful technology, but also, as always, we about to see some people with some careers. We talk about Spanish teachers, French teachers. Like, I'm gonna be real. Why are people even gonna want to learn languages anymore when all they're gonna need to do is buy a pair of earbuds? Now, of course, we know everyone can't afford these, especially in certain countries. Everyone can't afford. Like, it's a flex. People here wear these like a flex. Most people here don't even know what these are. They don't realize these are Apple because of the income disparity. But that being said, eventually the cheap earbuds are going to be able to do the same thing. We all know that. It's only going to be a matter of time for somebody needs to spend $20, $15 at a gas station to pop some things in, and now they could go to Japan and they can understand everybody. They could walk around. They could go to Thailand. They could go to any place in the world. Literally, we're about to see a huge leap in human connection and in relationships. So everybody is like in school, learning Spanish, learning German is going to be irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's going to be irrelevant. Let's see what y'all saying. Woo TV says dividing the languages because we were working together definitely. So I'm gonna be real, y'all. For those of y'all that believe in the rapture and the coming of God, hey, look, it's looking about that time because we getting a little bit too powerful. We getting a little bit too big for our britches. Andrea says, dang, the only job not being taken is going to be American Sign Language professionals. Wow. I don't know. There's probably gonna be some technology for that too. I mean,
yeah, there is.
There is. The Ash says there is. Yeah, listen, y'all. There's no career that's safe. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. There's no career that's safe. And any career that seems safe right now, it's only because our ignorance to what's about to come out in the future. Think about it. In the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, everyone thought, oh, flying cars. No one ever thought self-driving car, which is crazy. And so many times we think, oh, this thing isn't going to be replaced or this thing isn't going to happen. But it's like all it takes is for somebody to come out with some technology and then someone else would be like, oh, we could actually use that for this as well. And so, hey, look, ain't nobody safe. What's that song say? It ain't safe. 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 Always says, hello, everyone. Hey, Ash, glad to have you back. Cyrus, hey, glad to be here. Anti-babble technology. Wow. That's funny. That's funny. B words is technology making us dumber since we don't have to use our brains. It's making some people dumber. It's definitely making some people dumber, but it's making people that use their brains more efficient. It's almost like a business owner. Like most business owners that I know are the smartest people in the world. They are smart as crap. But they don't have to do a lot of work. Like they offset a lot of their work. And also some business owners are pretty dumb. I'm not gonna lie. I've been hanging out with these guys. I've been hanging out with these guys here in South America. One is Swedish and the other one is Norwegian. And obviously they're both white and thick accents. Both of them make between about $50,000 to $150,000 a month. One thing y'all notice is that when you get around people at a certain income level, they no longer talk about how much money they make like yearly. They always speak in terms of weeks or months, how much they're making. Sometimes days. They talk about how much they make every day. Anyway, that being said, one of them is very smart. The other one, he making like 80,000, 90,000. This dude is dumber than a box of rocks. And I'm like, this dude is making about $1 million a year, and he is a plumb idiot. But that's a whole nother topic. It blows your mind when you think you think being smart is what makes you a lot of money. Sometimes it's not the case. Sometimes it's not the case. Some people are idiots, but they know what to do to make money, and they know like specifically their lane though. Anyway, Cassidy says, well, I wonder if the technology will be able to translate people speaking fluently and even using slang in their language, because translation technologies I've tried aren't. Yeah, so once AI is implemented into it, it'll be able to. AI will be able to register slang. It'll be able to. Now, it won't be perfect, but it'll get better and better with time to where it'll be able to understand slang, maybe even understand dialect in a way. Because we know in South America, everyone's Spanish isn't the exact same. Sometimes I say something in Spanish when I'm in the Dominican Republic. They look at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like, that's what they say in DR. I'm gonna say a cuss word. In DR, they don't say punta. Like punta doesn't mean a female dog there. It means something else. And so I said it to somebody, and they didn't understand. And I was like, and they were like, no, it means something else. I was like, what? Okay. Anyway, if they allow access to text translation results via an API, it would make XR headsets or AR glasses live translation. Yep. So now you're going to be able to walk around, see what people are saying, hear everything. Easy to implement, a lot of potential. Y'all, this is huge. And the other thing we have to realize, when technology like this comes out, other businesses are going to be created from this. So oftentimes we see one business and we're like, oh, all of these jobs are being lost. We don't realize that one business opens the door for other businesses that are going to be able to use that technology. Because now business owners that are Latino who don't speak really good English, now they can now put their business in a market of mainly English speakers. Now, those of you that have businesses where maybe you don't understand, there's a business that's about to launch in a couple of weeks, and I was running it through ChatGPT, and one of the things it put on the pipeline for the business was, in the next step on phase 3, you want to open it up to other markets, to Spanish speakers and to Germans, and I didn't even think about that. And so, it's like when Apple, when the iPhone came out, it created thousands of jobs, not just through Apple, but because they came out with the iOS store. When they came out with the iOS store, now developers were able to make apps, and they were able to have businesses with an app, which was a new thing that happened in the 2000s. And now they were able to hire employees and hire people. Whereas before, everyone that had a business, it was usually a mom and pop shop. Now you can have your business off the back of a company, Apple, that you don't even work for, or Google, or the Google Play Store. So this technology is going to create business. So what I want y'all to do, I'm gonna have to jump off. What I want y'all to do, even if you're a person who's already in tech or you're a person who's already making good money, what I want you to do is to look at these businesses that are coming out, and I want you to think through what kind of business or service you can create off the back of this technology, or think of how these businesses are going to allow you to expand your market. Think Mr. Beast, where he has a Mr. Beast channel in Spanish and in many other languages. That's why his market grew so fast. That's why he has such a large Latino audience. But now what happened shortly after? YouTube caught on to that and said, oh, that's pretty smart. You know what? Let's roll it out to where we can have every creator, whatever they're saying, be translated into someone's home language or their native language. And so I was in DR, my first time in DR, a person approached me who doesn't speak English. And they were approaching me in the gym, and they came up to me holding their phone up, and it was on my YouTube channel. It was on the Technically Black YouTube channel. And he was like, is this you? And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, bro. And I'm talking to him in English because I'm thinking he's a black dude. And he was like, oh, no hablo inglés. And I'm like, but I'm asking him how. And he's like, oh, I listened to it. It's translated into my language. And so, y'all, we're entering into a different space. So always be thinking of what you can do based off this technology that's coming out, so that way you don't fall behind. Other than that, y'all, I have to go. I'm going to leave y'all in the wonderful, marvelous hands of the queen of AI herself. Again, y'all, make sure y'all click the link below to get access to the tech event. The Grown in Tech event is coming up in 2 weeks. I promise you, everybody that attends that event, The following week, you're going to, like that day, you're going to learn how to make thousands of dollars per day with AI, how AI is going to be able to make money for you faster. I told you that's something I literally just started doing. I'm going to be doing it for the next couple of weeks leading up to the event. So that way, when we talk about it, we announce it, I'll be able to have like examples on the screen, literally screenshots of the money that AI has been making me up on the screen. So make sure y'all attend the event. Click the link down below. So that way you can get tickets to the event. Those of y'all on Instagram, just comment tech event. And for everybody who's looking to get into the tech industry, same thing. Y'all see the links down below. And for those of y'all on Instagram, just comment get me hired or tech quiz, depending on which one if you need a quiz or if you're just trying to get job placement assistance, we'll be able to help you. Other than that, y'all, I love y'all. I'm going to let Ash continue to run the show and kill it as she always does. All right, Ash, I'll talk to you later.
All right, Cyrus. Oh man, this news has been absolutely insane today. I can't even lie, you guys. I do have to hop off as well in a little bit, but we're gonna keep the party going. So shout out to Q that says it's over with. For interpreters, it sure is. And so he says, what about technology for the smart glasses that can translate the sign language you're viewing into spoken language and vice versa? So with smart glasses translating not only spoken language, but also sign language, I mean, that's going to be the future. So you guys, what we already have coming, as you guys know, I'm the founder of a wearable technology startup. So we have smart rings, we have smart augmented reality glasses, and next is smart translation glasses. I'm talking top of the line, stylish, and better than Meta. So you guys probably already saw when the showcase, when Mark Zuckerberg came on stage with the briefcase, revealing to the world that he has translation glasses all in one. Also, translation glasses that can display a screen, so you're able to, interact with the AI technology interfaces. And so the translation feature, low key was not the best. And so what we're doing is providing expert level translation and style combined with fashion so that you guys are actually going to be able to access that. So Cyrus, he's going to be one of the first people in the world to be able to try out and test this tech. So keep an eye out for that. But most definitely love that point, Q. Jennifer says, as a Spanish-speaking native, welcome, hola. Even with the language, different countries have different slangs and terminologies. How do you think they would integrate that into the technologies or tribal native languages? So I think we might have discussed this, but just as Cyrus said earlier, AI technology can definitely take this and dominate. So I do know that what our art translation glasses actually do best is translate those nuances. So let's say there's a slogan or a slang in a particular language, our AI with those smart translation glasses would actually be able to take that and translate it. So this is the future, you guys. Odell says, if they allow access to the text translation, I think we already discussed this actually, which you're right, Odell, and good points. So Andrea says, that is so true, facts, facts. Daniel says, I always say that AI can't do blank yet. We have to drive AI to solve real problems, vision, leadership, love, talking to God. These are things that AI can never do. Absolutely, and from a realistic standpoint, we're talking about leadership. So AI making those major decisions for CEOs, CTOs, our government level, this is also going to be the future. So it's going to take some time, you guys, but to define things that AI cannot do, it's becoming smaller and smarter, little thinnest line possible. So very, very well said. Sean says, I can't wait for this one. Absolutely. Stay tuned, you guys. It's going to be game changing. So these smart translation glasses, we're targeting a few subsets. So number one, of course, the healthcare industry, which, when you're going to your doctor, you're speaking multiple languages, especially to help out different patients, etc. And so the medical industry is going to be probably the number one application for these smart translation glasses. But of course, different travel influencers and also including different concierge services. So hotels, airports, etc., etc. So I'm excited. I'm excited as well. So Shantez says, think about how much Star Trek got it right, but they never thought about life without buttons, lol, meaning touchscreen. Yeah. Yeah, in the future, like this is definitely going to be a reality where, we're not going to have to even probably deal with like we used to have the touchpad phones. Now it's just, you know, a basic screen. So that's going to be definitely the future. And all these movies where they have just like transparent interfaces, laptops, etc., or maybe even projections. So it's going to be like a virtual world brought to reality. That's definitely going to be the future. Jordan says, any tech meetups coming up or any networking events in ATL? Absolutely. Great question, Jordan. And the answer is absolutely yes. So there is an event we would love to see you at on April 12th. So this is going to be in ATL. There should be a link down below. This is going to be the best event that you could possibly attend for a couple of reasons. Not only are you going to be able to get access to an exclusive network of experts that are specializing in crypto, particularly. So we know how the fintech industry is booming. We're talking about automating the financial management process. This is what billionaires are doing. So you come to this, you'll be able to learn what the billionaires are doing. You'll be able to also apply it. And also, Cyrus has an opportunity where you're also going to be able to make money just by coming to the event. So that's on April 12th. Tap in. I think this is the last day before prices go up. So make sure you lock that in. Well, good point. Shantez says, think about, I think we might already talked about this. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Selfishly really going to be using this for like everything. Yeah, exactly. Like everything that can possibly be enhanced or more efficient or optimized, we need to be looking into that, especially when it comes to leveraging artificial intelligence. Cassidy says, I agree that all this is definitely pointing to Jesus's return, like we discussed earlier. Time to get right, folks. DM me if you want to know more about the gospel. Shout out to Cassidy Anderson. Facts. Sean says, we hope it brings people together because some people be talking mess in other languages. That's so funny because it's true. And so now you'll be able to catch all those slick disses and there's not going to be any limits. So now, like Cyrus said earlier, communication is changing in general. So now we have grandparents who can connect and communicate with their grandkids who may not speak the same language. We have lovers, perhaps, if you're dating somebody from another language, there's no more limitations there. And of course, we're looking at improved optimization and efficiency overall, because now when you travel to another country, they'll actually be able to understand you and you'll be able to understand them seamlessly. I'm not sure about with the AirPods, the smart translation AirPods, how much there's going to be a delay, which I assume there would be, you know, a couple seconds of a delay, which is kind of annoying. But with the smart translation glasses, it's real time. So you're chilling, you're talking, and you know, we're connecting in real time. So always says, Cyrus, please consider making it a live stream. Yeah, absolutely. To connect back with Cyrus, since we tried to make it live the last time for the last event, but this time we definitely, you know, maybe can look into that. So if Cyrus, you know, has the proper platform for that, so we can make sure that you guys are having the best experience, then we'll definitely look into it. Great point, always, as always. So Isaiah says, Circle K has been doing this for a while. They're on it. They're on top of it at the forefront. Q says, it's looking like task-oriented roles and career paths are going away. Millions of roles are going away indeed. The leverage might be shifting towards creators, thinkers, marketers, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. Facts. Well said. Absolutely. We're shifting from a consumer economy to a creator economy. So as long as everyone has ideas that they can build for making a better world, then we can have a reality where artificial intelligence, instead of having this Terminator doomsday scenario, we're going to be able to have a future where we're going to see prosperity, abundance, unity, collaboration, and connection. So absolutely love that. This is the focus. I always like to say the formula is going to be pick a problem and build the solution. So everybody here definitely needs to be focusing on being a creator, thriving in your creatorhood. Yes. Well said. Joshua says, do you recommend going into AI tech sales and learning AI QA testing? Absolutely. Absolutely. I will say that the tech, as a matter of fact, tap into the link below right now, because not only is there no better time to get into tech sales, which is the most lucrative AI path. I'm talking if you want to make $1 million a year. The program, particularly with Scale in Tech or Tech is the New Black, is AI enhanced. So this is the best on the market because you're going to be sure that you can get those skills that are going to get you ahead. You're going to be leveraging Salesforce. You're going to be leveraging AI automation to be able to maximize your ROI. And so especially as a sales professional, that's going to be essential. Also, if you are interested in, building robotic systems and getting into AI QA, that's also a great path. I would say, schedule a time to speak with their experts. And so they'll be able to guide you based on what your area of expertise and skill set is into which domain you want to go into, because tech sales and AI QA is, two different fields. So if you want to dwindle it down, I'll say waste no time. Definitely tap into that link below because these are the best programs on the market. Beyond that, also, the great thing is you're also going to get direct placement programs. And I'm talking at Google, Microsoft, Salesforce, etc. So if you want perhaps, a guaranteed role as soon as you finish the program, and I would say there's no better place to start than this with scale and tech. So great question, whether you're interested in AI tech sales or QA with AI enhanced boot camps, then tap into the link. Tap into the link, schedule some time to definitely speak to one of their experts. So Justin says, yes, I have seen an influx of e-learning courses from creators. Yeah, everything is easier than ever. Everything is easier than ever, especially the creation process. So love this. Dragon Ball Z, fellow anime lover. What's up? Yeah, love to see you. Love to see you guys. And shout out to everyone for your engagement today. As always, it has been absolutely exceptional. So you guys, in full transparency, I do have to hop off in a little bit, but we're going to get into this news so that you guys can get ahead. So let's go ahead and talk about robotics. All right. All right, you guys. So we all know about Elon Musk's company. He has the Oculus, or not the Oculus robot, but I forget what the name of his robot is, but we know he has robots coming out. We also know about Boston Dynamics. So right now, this news topic, we have US robotic firms that are advocating for national security amid the rising Chinese competition. So right now, they're trying to stifle competition and put the US ahead. That's pretty obvious. And so with US leading companies, including Tesla and Boston Dynamics, they're actually literally urging lawmakers to establish a national robotics strategy and a dedicated federal office. So this initiative is essentially going to counter China's rapid advancements in integrating AI with robotics. This bottom line is going to ensure that the US remains competitive in this critical sector, right? That's the goal. So as far as like what we can look forward to in the future and how this could impact our businesses or, larger corporation businesses, this means that there's going to be strategic growth. So with this coordinated national strategy, hopefully we can look forward to clear direction and support for the robotics industry. Hopefully this means that ethics is going to be included as well, so that we're not going to have the Terminator come to life. And also, last but not least, increased funding for all you guys who are interested in robotics, for all of you startup founders who are interested in building perhaps on the back end these technologies. There's going to be a potential for tax incentives and federal funding, which of course the goal is going to be an advocacy of innovation and development. So the bottom line, you guys, do you think that these policies are going to be necessary for the US? Right now, what Donald Trump is doing is taking away a lot of the barriers and red tape in the name of innovation. And so there's a pro and there's a con. And I'm interested to see what you guys think about this being applied to robotics specifically. So for example, over in China, they have robots that are so advanced that they supersede anything of what the American companies are doing right now. We're talking hyper realistic robots that you can barely tell that they're different from humans. And so not only from like we said, the front end and the back end, these technologies are going to be like literal, I'm sure you guys have already seen it, but like literal robots that have human skin that looks real, that can communicate, and it's also advanced AI. So you guys, things are heating up. Things are getting pretty crazy. Jordan says, shout out to Jordan, is business analytics a good move? Yes. Yes. If you're learning how to crunch the numbers, especially when we're learning how to aggregate massive amounts of data sets, what I will say, data analytics is a great path. But what you want to do is combine that, of course, with AI. AI technology. Enhance everything that you're doing with AI, but business analytics is a great place to start. Yes, Jordan, great question. So Dragon Ball Z says, sorry, I missed the link for Ash AI last week. Any chance you could post it? Absolutely. I'm so glad you asked. Think you just might have made my day. So, all right, you guys. So last week we talked about Ash AI, and essentially this was the future of, oh my gosh, I think now I'm frozen, unfortunately. Give it a second. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. I hope you can. But I'm gonna send you guys this link here so we can get you the link. All right. So essentially what we were doing was, okay, we're good. So, okay. Sorry, you guys. Let me try and get this link for you. Okay. So a future of AI automation and AI agents. So as promised, I built an AI agent replica of myself that would be able to communicate with clients and customers 24/7 around the world. And so this is providing expertise, strategy, and maximum value. So I did create Ash AI. And so as promised, I'm going to get you this link, but you know, it's always something with this computer, and she always is tripping when I'm trying to send the link over. So I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna send it to the chat, but give me a little second. But thank you so much, Dragon Ball Z, for asking. I appreciate that. Andrea says, can you share any AI boot camps or programs that we can tap into? Hey, you're in the right place, and you're in the best place with scale and tech. So tap into that link below. Speak to one of their experts and to people who can guide you into the direction that you need to go into. So I will say, you guys, if you're interested, for example, in tech sales, QA, Scale and Tech is the best on the market. If you want to do perhaps a one-on-one session for a personalized career path plan, so let's say you want to deviate from tech sales or do something other than QA, then this is where I can help as well. So we're always here to support and guide you guys into the right direction. So tap into the link without further ado. Dragon Ball D says, removing the guardrails for processes is risky, but necessary for growth. Still, it does make me nervous. I know, right? And it is necessary for growth indeed, but with this time, especially with the high risk of AI technology, and it can go rogue. And so other countries are coming together to come to conclusions about what they can do about protecting society from rogue AI. And so they have laws in place for ethics and principles. However, you know, the US has a lot of room for improvement, and they don't necessarily, you know, have too much in place. So here, thank God, the short link finally is going through. Yes. Woo! All right, you guys. So if you want to access Ash AI, and this is going to be, again, expert strategy and communication with AI autonomous replica, then that link is now below. I think this is going to be posted directly to YouTube. So thank you so much, Dragon Ball Z. If you want to tap in, there it is. And thank you so much for asking. But you guys, if you want to communicate directly with our client service bot, essentially, this is going to be real-time communication. So this is, again, for my clients that are all over the world. There are human limitations for communication, but now with AI autonomy, with autonomous AI agents, that means that there's going to be no limits. So Ash AI is the first step in the right direction. So yes, without further ado, you let me know when you communicate with Ash AI. Let me know exactly your experience. I would love to hear from you, Dragon Ball Z. So Always says, I'm learning AI prompting. It's fascinating. Yes, go ahead, Always. You are always on top of it because because I always love to say that there's different transitions of power. We all knowledge as power, data as power, and now compute as power. But the bottom line of that is going to be prompting. So instead of computer programming, the language is going to be prompting. And that's where prompt engineering comes in. So the fact that you're already on top of that is genius. Keep going. Because as we know, the input is determinant on the output. And so if you're going to learn or start anywhere, most definitely start with prompting. Love that, Always. You keep it up. Love to hear that. Congratulations. Yes. Dragon Ball Z says this is much like the space race in the mid 1950s and 1960s, for those old enough to remember. Yeah. So much innovation and change happening rapidly. So everything is changing. We already talked about how everyone's going to be losing their jobs, including interpreters, doctors, lawyers, software engineers. You guys, there is a better way. And the better way, as Cyrus said, is number one, focusing on transitioning into tech. If you're not already in tech, please tap on the link below so you can get into either tech sales, QA, or if you want a personalized career path plan, I'm happy to help and support you with a one-on-one complimentary session and consultation. But other than that, what we're going to have to do is focus on building and creating. So instead of, a consumer economy that's not only non-sustainable, but it's also going to cause a economic collapse. So we have two options when it comes to everybody losing their jobs. And we can talk about this, all right? We got UBI, universal basic income. That means that the government is going to be essentially giving stipends or dividends to everybody per month or perhaps per year, but more per month is going to be more realistic. What this would essentially do is collapse the economy, realistically. The government's already struggling enough. We've already seen that. Now we have to focus on solutions, viable solutions for the collective, okay? Not just the few billionaires, for the collective. The alternative solution is profit sharing. This means that you would get a piece of the pie of all these large corporations like Meta, Google, etc., that are making trillions of dollars off of your data. That means that you would have the power back in your hands to make a profit off of that. All right. And so the reason why I come up to this is because I grew up in a military family, and my dad's side. And so I was actually raised in a small, tiny island called Kodiak, Alaska, off the coast, if you guys want to look it up. And so what they did was essentially give a oil dividend to its residents. And this was actually a yearly dividend, but this was due to the exorbitant amount of resources that was available. So, we got a little piece of the pie. And so this makes a lot of sense when applied to compute power, when there's going to be so much compute power and, Sam A., Mark Zuckerberg, everybody's sitting here making trillions of dollars off of, pigeonholing and taking your data. This means that you would now be able to make money off of that. So I always like to say this is a solution. And as promised, we're going to continue to try and bring this solution to the larger stage of government to try to avoid the government collapse that would happen with UBI. So now that you guys know about it, you guys are already on top of it. So Jennifer says, Ash, thank you so much for your value and insight. Appreciate you, Jennifer. You are the best. Shout out to Jennifer, you guys. Thank you. Always says, thank you, Ash. Thank you. Thank you, you guys. And so, all right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into the last little bit of pieces of news. I want to provide you guys, of course, always with maximum value. So let's see. We have something with Australia. So, okay, we can talk about this. All right, so the CBA has established Seattle tech hubs to elevate AI capacities. All right, so the Commonwealth Bank of Australia has launched a technology hub in Seattle to collaborate with tech giants such as Microsoft and Amazon. This initiative aims to upskill staff and bring advanced AI expertise back to Australia. And so this is going to enhance the bank's technological expertise and edge, and of course, enhance customer service offerings. All right, you guys, so we're seeing how other countries around the world are coming together, collaborating, and making decisions about how they can apply AI to not only improve efficiencies, but also in several different industries. So we saw retail, and now we're seeing potentially fintech or the banking industry. So things are heating up. So what we can look forward to is skills enhancement. So this means that exposure to, of course, these several leading tech companies are going to accelerate employee learning and innovation. This means, you guys, that your companies that you are already a part of are probably already looking into AI. That means that they should have programs available to help you guys upskill. If they do have that, then you need to take advantage of it ASAP. So use what you have and what is available to you. Last but not least, let's go ahead and get into the competitive advantage. So of course, integrating advanced AI can lead to a more personalized and efficient banking service. What do you guys think of personalized banking services? Everything's gonna be personalized these days. I didn't think that I would be able to say that banking would be personalized, but now it is. So we got healthcare, we got legal, we got banking, and every industry taking over with AI. So let's go ahead and get into the real world. So this means that customers are going to be able to experience more intuitive, responsive banking interactions, which is great. And also, we're getting to a place where we can avoid bias, human error, or perhaps, a little nasty attitude that humans sometimes have. So AI is changing everything. So this means that there's going to be a potential for these AI-driven financial products and services to be tailored to individual needs, which is pretty cool. So, all right, now I'm going to go ahead and get into a few more touch points of this news because there is so much. I'm going to summarize it though, because, we want to make sure you guys are able to enjoy your Saturday. So, all right, let's get into it. So TSMC has announced $165 billion US investment amid geopolitical tensions. Oh man, we got all these global tensions, don't we? So essentially, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, also known as TSMC, is making this historic investment. Again, that's 165 billion into the US. And so this is the largest overseas commitment. Who knew, right? So this move is coming amid increased geopolitical pressure and highlights Taiwan's strategic role in the global semiconductor industry. You guys, this is huge for a few reasons, okay? We have NVIDIA dominating in the US as far as chip makers go, but now Taiwan is the biggest semiconductor builder in the world. It's Taiwan. We thought maybe it might be China. It is Taiwan. And the fact that now they're investing into the US is major. So this means that we're going to have supply chain diversification. So this means that we're going to be establishing operations in the US. We're going to be mitigating risk associated with these geopolitical uncertainties. So people are allying up. The US, they're taking themselves out of many different treaties and alliances. However, an alliance with Taiwan, that's pretty powerful. So we can look forward to market expansion. So this means that there's going to be proximity to major clients and markets. And so this is going to enhance service delivery and partnerships. I can't lie, you guys, this news article actually shocked me because, everyone's always talking about what are we going to do because China is realistically dominating in this space. China, for example, has made decisions to, I would say, take different trade routes to get around the US. So instead of them going directly through the US, they're going through, for example, Mexico. So you see where different collaborations and alliances are now building and thriving. And so to think that the US is now collaborating with Taiwan, the largest semiconductor manufacturer, you guys, there's major opportunity in this. So this means job creation, all right, and economic growth, all right. So customers are going to benefit from not only more stable semiconductor supplies, but also this is going to impact various tech products. So if you are building technologies, then this is major. So this means, of course, that you're going to be able to have the lowest price point possible for maximum amount of compute. And we're talking the most powerful compute that is available. So love to hear that, as a matter of fact. So any questions, you guys? Feel free, don't be shy. But we're gonna go ahead and roll through this news. So CoreWeave's IPO tests public markets and AI industry confidence. So, all right, this is like an AI cloud service provider, and they're set to price at an IPO of 27 billion. All right, so between 27 billion and 32 billion. So this move is essentially a litmus test, they say, for investor enthusiasm in the AI sector and broader IPO market. So essentially, I believe these guys actually started off with crypto technology. So they were crypto Bitcoin mining. We all knew how lucrative that was for a time. But then they decided to transition into AI with compute power, and now they're dominating since they already have the tech. However, as we discussed last week, which was a great point, where, this is going to also produce a negative effect towards our mother nature and environment. So what's going to be required as a solution is sustainable compute power. So there are many different ways we can do this. We can leverage solar power, wind, thermal, etc. So, all right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into something cool. You already know we got to top it off with something super interesting, and this is the perfect news to do it. All right, you guys, let's get into it. So Extropic has unveiled thermodynamic computing chips. This is potentially surpassing quantum technology. We discussed quantum technology last week, so you guys already know about it. Essentially, we know how standard computation is binary, so it's through bits, ones and zeros. Quantum technology is qubits. That means it can either be a 1 or a 0, and that means that there are limitless solutions and limitless power. So the fact that we're coming to something that can surpass quantum technology, which can process at the speed of light, is insane. So let's get into it. Let's continue. So essentially, they introduced this new computer chip. Of course, we already know that's based on thermodynamic computing. This is aiming to outperform all existing silicon and quantum chips. So unlike traditional quantum computing, which of course minimizes thermodynamic fluctuations, this new approach is harnessing the fluctuations. Also, it's based on chaos, right? Chaos tech. And so this is going to offer greater efficiency and also programmable randomness, which is where the chaos comes in. So, man, when we're getting to the real world, we're going to be able to look forward to enhanced computational efficiency, as we already discussed. So this means, faster and more energy efficient computating processes, but also new market opportunities. So pioneering this tech essentially would position Extropic at the forefront of a potentially transformative computing paradigm. For something to exceed quantum technology is absolutely insane. And so what we have to discuss, of course, is the overall long-term impact of this. How is thermal tech going to impact our environment? Is it more sustainable than perhaps quantum technology? So for the real world, we can look forward to different industries that have relied on complex computations, such as finance and healthcare, being able to experience significant performance improvements. So this means, you guys, we thought innovation was happening fast. Now we have thermal computing, and it's going to happen even faster than the speed of light. Last but not least, of course, we have potential reduction in energy consumption, as we already discussed. So this means that for all those large data centers, that they're actually going to be looking forward to contributing to environmental sustainability. So this is absolutely insane. Okay, Walter, it's a great point. He says, you seem pretty young to understand all these accusations and claims without any evidence. You stating things not based on any facts like other people do about AI. I'm speaking facts, by the way. But what I do want to say is this is a popular saying. I grew up in a military family. My dad would always say, trust but verify. Trust but verify, even me. Also, that's probably the best standard to go towards. And even with myself, I'm not always, I speak, I educate myself, but, we're human. We got human error. Maybe I'm not always right. So trust, but verify. I appreciate your point, Walter. A lot of people do speak about AI. They don't really know too much about it, but you're right. Many people make these claims about AI because they think AI is like a serial commercial. Have you studied business strategy at an advanced level? Lots of talk and conjecture. There's no rogue AI. All right, Walter. As a matter of fact, I graduated from Purdue University with my master's. And have also studied at, not only top institutions, but also been a AI solutions specialist for several years now. So it's my job to understand AI and to be able to apply it in a pragmatic way that can optimize and maximize efficiencies and ROIs. So, we're talking about topics that matter, but also, things that are real and true. So trust but verify, you guys. Trust but verify. I appreciate that point, but we're speaking facts. We're here to speak facts. I do also want to say that after every session, I'll always fact check myself. and just make sure that, the information that I shared is, as accurate and true as possible. So, so always, Walter, I hope you're a bot. Hey, I appreciate it because we do have to have these conversations because a lot of people are speaking on AI, but, we have to be specialists in this space. We have to truly understand how it works. I've been doing this for a couple years. And this is not my first rodeo, Walter. So we try to provide maximum value. Odell says must be. Maybe he is a bot. Maybe he is a bot. I will also say that, like, I was thinking about something that I did say last week after I was doing my fact checking via myself. And I believe that I said that Sam Altman was charging, how we have AI agents coming out. So I believe that I said that Sam Altman was charging just $2K for his AI agents. And I want to also correct myself in saying that it's 20,000. Sam Altman is charging in the future. He'll be charging $20,000 for AI agents. And so this is one of the reasons why I built Ash AI. And this is also one of the reasons why I'm trying to build advanced AI technologies for reasonable cost. So we know that compute is a depreciating asset, so we can get more power for, the least cost. So this means that instead of having to pay $20,000, we can access these advanced technologies for, not free to significantly reduce costs. So, this is a great point because when it comes to us building the future, we cannot rely on government systems to be able to make decisions for our future. So it's either government decisions or major corporations. Of course, we know that their bottom line is going to be profit. However, we see the importance of coming together, collaborating at this time to be able to bring power back to the people. So instead of relying on UBI, the government paying everybody, and so they're going to be collapsing our economy, instead there's another way: profit sharing. Give us a little piece of the pie, Meta and Google. We have that power, but we have to come together and build. So Kay Young, hey Kay, shout out to Kay, you guys. Thanks, Ash. I appreciate the information. You're awesome, and you are awesome, Kay. Thanks for being here. I'm glad to hear from you. Shout out to her. Shout out to her, you guys. Dragon Ball Z says, if you want the plan, add the 2022 CHIPS Act infrastructure. The Semiconductor Industry Association has the awards and the companies that will receive money for all the projects. Yo, tap in, Dragon Ball Z. Yo, noted. This is a great point. I'm gonna look into that. Yes. Kay says, yes, we're gonna be rich. Absolutely, you guys. I'm gonna end it off. I'm gonna let everybody enjoy their beautiful Saturday, but I want to end it off as always on a positive note. That there is no better time to be alive. There's so much opportunity and potential for prosperity in our world. So do not allow these external systems to come and, bring you down by all of the job loss, because we know that there's going to be at least 85 million jobs lost, but also 93 new opportunities that are coming, 93 million, by the way, that are coming out for everybody, especially in the US, as far as AI opportunities go. So now I'll also conclude that you're already in the right place because, as you already know, there's no better opportunity to secure a role than with scale in tech. And so, literally no better opportunity because you get direct placement with the best companies. Like we already said, Google, Microsoft, Salesforce. So if you're interested in transitioning into tech, you want to get started ASAP, and I would say tap into the Scale in Tech link. Connect with one of their experts. If you are kind of in between what you want to do in AI and tech specifically, they also have a quiz you can take. And so with that quiz, that means that you guys are also going to be able to dwindle a few of the highest demand opportunities that are out there. And last but not least, you guys, what we're also looking into is our event coming up on April 12th. We'd love to see you. It's an ATL. You're going to have an opportunity to make money while you're at the event, which is crazy. This event specializes in cryptocurrency, of course. So you guys are going to be able to have access and a network access to experts in the space. And so you'll be able to essentially make money while you're sleeping. You'll be able to make money while you're doing anything on autopilot, autonomous agents, all right? So tap into the event. That's April 12th. Tap into the links below to get started with Scale in Tech, the best tech programs in the world. And last but not least, you guys, if you want a personalized one-on-one session with an AI expert, then I'm here to support you guys as well. So my link for a consultation is complimentary, should be down below. Essentially what we'll do is start off a conversation by getting to know you. I would start off by getting to know what we call your KSAOs, your knowledge, skills, and abilities. The other is what you do best and what you want to do. And so we'll align everything for essentially a blueprint for you to be able to thrive based on your particular area of expertise and skills. So I've helped several different clients, for example, transition into different industries like AI, health tech, ed tech, and more all over the world, including Canada and Nigeria. So don't be shy if you are interested in transitioning into tech or how we can help you, not only for your career, but also for different strategies, then definitely tap in. The Ash AI link is also going to be in the chat as well. So would love to get your feedback on the conversation with our AI agents. So these are going to be real-time strategies and real-time value for you guys. But all right, shout out to Always. She says, Ash, this show needs to be more than once a week. I appreciate that. Hey, we might have to look into a little something. I know that, Cyrus is always pretty busy. He's always on the go, but I'm gonna bring this up to him. That's a great point. Odell says, very true. I definitely find plenty of incorrect or misleading technical content by non-technical creators. Not the case here. Thanks for the content. Appreciate you, Odell. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to all of y'all. Okay, you guys. Well, everyone here, y'all already know, y'all are winners. Y'all are set up for the future. And without further ado, let's get to it to build a better, brighter future for everyone. So if you have any questions, you guys, don't be shy. Tap in, connect with me on Instagram at the Garden of Ash. We'd love to connect with you guys on LinkedIn as well. And also looking forward to seeing you in the next session next Saturday. Also, don't forget to tap into the event on April 12th. All right, you guys, shout out to everyone here. And without further ado, we'll end it off with a special prayer and shout out. All right, so may everyone here thrive and adapt in this naturally advanced future. And may they also be able to make massive amounts of wealth and take advantage of all opportunities that are available to them. May we all come together to build a brighter, healthier, happier future. So it shall be. So it shall be. All right, you guys. Jennifer, shout out to Jennifer. One last comment here. It says, hey, Ash, I don't see the LinkedIn link. I'm not sure if my LinkedIn link is down there below, you guys. But if you want to find me real quick, all you got to do is type in my name, first name, Ashley, last name, Robinson. I think it's going to be right there, or it's just Ash there. Ashley Robinson, that's my name. Type in PWC for PricewaterhouseCoopers. That should pop right up in a red dress if you want to follow me or if you want to connect with me directly. Also, looking forward to connecting with all of you guys. So yeah, if there's no other comments, questions, anything like that, you guys, Always says, that was beautiful, Ash. So it shall be. Facts. All right. Love that, you guys. You guys are the best. All right. With love. This is for all y'all. All right, you guys. Enjoy your Saturday. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next stream. Other than that, let's get it with success, happiness, prosperity, and wealth.